Are political tremors going to lead to another earthquake in Maharashtra? Is the crafty Sharad Pawar once again playing a hand that he refuses to show? I'm Barkha Dutt, you're with the Mojo story. What's the truth behind mounting media reports about an impending change in Maharashtra? These reports have been denied by Sharad Pawar's party and by Ajit Pawar, but the rumors and the media reports persist that Ajit Pawar, along with 40 MLAs of the NCP, is all set to switch sides and join the BJP. This would mean effectively dumping Eknath Shinde, the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, if it were to happen. Are these plans being made in preparation of a Supreme Court verdict on who's the real shivsena? Remember, the Uddhav Thackeray faction has asked the Supreme Court to disqualify 16 MLAs. The Supreme Court has reserved its verdict, and that verdict could come in the next few days. Sharad Pawar has also broken ranks with the opposition party on key issues like a JPC on the Adani Hindenburg issue, as well as telling Arvind Kejriwal not to target the Prime Minister over his degree. Mr. Pawar has denied that there is any truth to reports of a rebellion. But as anyone who has been both in politics and the media long enough, with Sharad Pawar, nothing is always as it seems on the surface. To try and understand what exactly is happening in Maharashtra, let's introduce our guest on the program today. Joining us from the NCP is its leader and spokesperson, Brijmohan Shrivastav. Namaskar, Brijmohan ji. Good to have you back with us. Also joining us is Varun Singh. Varun Singh is a senior journalist from Maharashtra, and I do remember that early on, a few months ago to be precise, he made certain predictions about what would happen in Maharashtra politics, and I think those are going to come true according to Varun, as well as Tehseen Poonawalla, Congress supporter, the die-hard optimist when it comes to the Congress party. But he and Varun had both very in a prescient way made the forecast about this political churn a few months ago, and they're both here with us. Also joining us from the BJP is Asif Bhamla, who's the national spokesperson of the party. So good to see all of you. And let me start with you, Brijmohan ji. NCP के बारे में rumor है, so you should get the first chance to confirm or deny or to do neither. So far we have been told ये सब झूठ है, ये सब अफवाह है, ये सब मीडिया की ख्याली पुलाव है. But the fact is that Mr. Pawar has not been talking in the same voice as the Congress party, not been talking in the same voice as Uddhav Thackeray, and this has led to speculation that a change may be impending. What do you say, sir?
My statement on this is our party is an integral part of the Mahavikas Aghadi, and nobody is leaving the NCP and nobody is going with the BJP. It's very loud and clear. Respected Sharad Pawar ji has also spoken on the same line, and the Ajit Pawar ji has also given a statement in media today itself, and he is very clear on this grounds. So I personally feel that it is not needed to clarify every time, because our leaders has already spoken on it, and it's very loud and clear. So you and the viewers of your Mojo must believe on the statement of Sharad Pawar ji as well as of the Ajit Pawar ji.
Who has started these rumors? How have these rumors started of Ajit Pawar having the endorsement of 40 MLAs of your party to switch sides if need be? कहाँ से शुरू हुए हैं ये rumors?
बरखा जी, मुंबई तो एक ऐसा शहर है जहां पर कि एक से एक अच्छे स्क्रिप्ट राइटर हैं. अब इसका स्क्रिप्ट राइटर कौन है ये तो कहना बहुत मुश्किल है, पर ये है स्क्रिप्ट पूरी, इसमें हकीकत कुछ भी नहीं है. और इस बात को मैं जब आपके पास आपकी डिबेट में पिछली बार भी था, उस समय भी मैंने इस बात को स्ट्रेट वे तो नहीं कहा था, लेकिन चूंकि बात दूसरी चल रही थी, उस पर आदरणीय शरद पवार जी के स्टेटमेंट पे आपने बात की थी, तब भी मैंने कहा था कि किसी बात को हकीकत कहना है. जैसे आदरणीय अजीत पवार साहब ने प्रधानमंत्री की डिग्री पे जब ये कहा कि वो इलेक्शन कोई डिग्री पे नहीं हुआ था, वो पार्टी के प्रोग्राम और आदरणीय मोदी जी के नाम पे हुआ था, तो डिग्री की बात करना गलत है. अब ये सच बोला अजीत पवार साहब ने, लेकिन इसके पीछे भी जब राजनीतिक मायने ढूंढे जाने लगे तो फिर उससे मुझे लगता है शायद ये सारी बातें निकल के आई. पर मैं स्पष्ट कर दूं कि राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस पार्टी को और महाविकास अघाड़ी को आज जो जन समर्थन मिल रहा है महाराष्ट्र में, उससे तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि आने वाले जो लोकसभा के इलेक्शन है 48 में से मुझे लगता है शायद 2 या 3 सीटें भी अगर बीजेपी जीतते तो बहुत मुश्किल होगा. जहां तक बात अभी जो मुद्दा उठा है देखिए हर चीज के पीछे कोई ना कोई मोटिव तो होता है, इससे तो इनकार नहीं किया जा सकता। अभी ये जो 2-3 दिन में एकदम से इसके ऊपर जो बहुत बातें होने लगी, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जिस प्रकार से आदरणीय सत्यपाल मलिक साहब ने पुलवामा के मामले में मोदी जी के बारे में और गृह मंत्री जी के बारे में एक इंटरव्यू दिया, उसको लेकर भी एक चर्चा थी जिसको दबाना चाहती है भारतीय जनता पार्टी। इधर कर्नाटक में भारतीय जनता पार्टी पूरी तौर से टूट रही है। उनके जो एक्स एमएलए, एक्स मिनिस्टर, एक डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टर पार्टी छोड़ के कांग्रेस ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं। तीसरी बात, जो 2 रोज पहले यहाँ हुआ है महाराष्ट्र में, एक जो एकनाथ सरकार है इसने तय किया कि हम लोगों को बुला के उनको पुरस्कार देंगे, तो महाराष्ट्र भूषण के नाम से उन्होंने एक प्रोग्राम रखा।
पर सुनिए सुनिए, हाँ, आप वो बात कर रहे हैं जहाँ पे वो हीट स्ट्रोक से बहुत ही दुर्घटनापूर्ण घटना हुई, जहाँ हीट स्ट्रोक से, जहाँ पर मिस्टर अमित शाह, एकनाथ शिंदे भी मौजूद थे, वो डेथ्स हुई। लेकिन मैं जो आपकी बात से समझ रही हूँ बृजमोहन जी, आप ये कह रहे हैं कि ये हेडलाइन बदलने का अटेम्प्ट है। दिस इज अ मूव टू मूव अवे फ्रॉम हेडलाइंस अराउंड सत्यपाल मलिक, अराउंड द heat stroke deaths at an award sammelan where 500 people were hospitalized. This is headline management. I want to get Asif Bhamla. Okay, no, this is what you have said. I'm summarizing you. I want to get Asif Bhamla's response of the BJP to it. Go ahead, Asif, sir. I just want to say that that people from Eknath Shinde's Shivsena have started actually giving statements saying we will welcome Ajit Pawar if he comes. But Ajit Pawar has tricked the BJP before. I think you will all remember that time when pictures emerged of him with Devendra Fadnavis and it looked like he was going to switch sides, और एन वक्त पर उन्होंने या डिच कर दिया या हमेशा से वो ट्रोजन हॉर्स थे, ये कोई नहीं जानता. But this happened before. We all remember this. Go ahead, Mr. Bhamla. The allegation by the NCP.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let me begin with taking you a little bit on a flashback. The shades and craft of Honorable Sharad Pawar ji was seen in the last month only, right from the Adani Hindenburg issue, from the statements that he came out with. Then there was a suggestion to Kejriwal, like you mentioned, on the not to target the Honorable Prime Minister. And then, of course, his suggestion to Rahul Gandhi for not targeting Savarkar. So these were few instances where it all started with. Now, coming back to the incident, this is the internal bickering between the NCP. I don't know whether it's Pawar versus the Pawar. I'm just trying to. I myself am. As I always say, the spokesperson of the NCP himself will not know, would not be aware of what's going to happen next minute. So I'm surprised at the statement by Ajit Pawar ji that he expressed displeasure on Uddhav Thackeray. In fact, there was a press conference in half an hour back where he said, "I'm surprised that Uddhav Thackeray ये कह रहे हैं कि हम तो अकेले भी लड़ने की ताकत रखते हैं." तो आज यहाँ महाराष्ट्र में वो परिस्थिति है जो केंद्र में परिस्थिति वाबस्ता है. मैं कहना ये चाहूंगा कि केंद्र में जैसे कई अन्य पार्टियां हैं जो एक साथ मिलकर आना चाह रही है आदरणीय मोदी जी के खिलाफ, उस तरीके से, लेकिन उसमें ये कि प्रधानमंत्री का निर्णय नहीं हो पा रहा है कि भाई नीतीश जी प्रधानमंत्री चेहरा रहेंगे, ममता जी रहेंगी चेहरा, राहुल जी रहेंगे चेहरा, या आदरणीय पवार साहब रहेंगे चेहरा. कमिंग बैक टू महाराष्ट्र भी ये हो रहा है. अब यहाँ प्रोजेक्शन किया जा रहा है उद्धव ठाकरे जी को मुख्यमंत्री का चेहरा, विच इज व्हाई द बिकरिंग इज ऑन इन एंड विद इन द NCP and the supporters of Ajit Pawar ji, that why should Uddhav Thackeray be projected as the chief ministerial candidate? So वहां PM की रसाकसी और यहाँ CM की रसाकसी, और इस दौड़ में जो मैं कहता हूं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी को और ये देखिए, ये अलायंस जो इज एन अननेचुरल अलायंस. It is not an alliance जो किसी ये तो समझौते के तहत सिर्फ पावर को मद्देनजर रखते हुए, ये पावर था तब तक ये सारे एक था, जब तक कि सत्ता, सरकार, लाल बत्तियां, गाड़ियां, ये सारा सब चल रहा था, तब तक ये सारे एक साथ थे. आज जब सत्ता हट गई उनसे, तब इनका असल चेहरा जो है जनता की नजर में आ गया है और लोगों ने इसे जाना है. लेट मी कंप्लीट. लोगों ने इस चीज को जाना है. लेकिन मैं आपको ये बता दूं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी यहां बहुत बेहतरीन तरीके से काम कर रही है. जो डेवलपमेंट और विकास के काम चल रहे हैं, आप देख रहे हो जिस फास्ट ट्रैक पर चल रहा है. आदरणीय देवेंद्र फडणवीस जी, जिस ही इज हैंडलिंग द स्टेट विद हैवी मेटल and he's, of course, we have Eknath Shinde ji also. They're both hand in hand handling it. So I don't see, as far as their internal, they have 40 MLAs who have signed, to go with Ajit Pawar ji, or they have not gone in with Ajit Pawar ji. This is the internal matter, and I think they should put their house in order, and we are not bothered about it. Thanks.
I think you make an interesting point about internal bickering. Is this uncle nephew? Is this Uddhav versus Sharad Pawar? Is this shadow boxing? Varun, kya ho raha hai bhai? You predicted some of this. Is it playing to script?
See, I actually don't remember what I predicted, so I'm not going to.
What do you predict today? What do you predict today? Yeah.
There's no prediction, but I can just tell you one small thing. While we were having a conversation over here, while Brijmohan ji was speaking, I don't know why Asif ji spoke so much in a thing where the BJP is. I want to say whether he's trying to say the BJP is involved in it or not. That's that future will say. But while we were talking, we got a press release from the Nationalist Congress Party, and it categorically, it had all those statements that Ajit Pawar said in the press conference, but nowhere did he say. He just said he's not leaving NCP, but it nowhere says that the NCP is with MV. They have categorically, it is very interesting to note that the press release nowhere mentions MVA. And this is my statement, whatever I could talk to people in the NCP, whatever I could talk to people in other parties, that it wouldn't be Ajit Pawar leaving NCP. If anything has to happen, it will be NCP leaving MVA, and that entire lobby or that entire party will either stay out of MVA, not be part of MVA, because in the last few days you have to understand that decisions by Uddhav Thackeray that have irked the NCP, and NCP has spoken it openly about it. May it be inclusion of Prakash Ambedkar's Bahujan Vanchit Aghadi, or may it be the Sambhaji Brigade, who is direct opponent of the NCP over there. So there are many things that the NCP is miffed with. The NCP knows that Uddhav Thackeray doesn't have that kind of capacity to get so many votes.
That's a really important point, Varun. You're saying that the denial has been about Ajit Pawar leaving the NCP, not the NCP abandoning the alliance. But Brijmohan ji has just said कि हम नहीं छोड़ के जा रहे. You're saying what Sharad Pawar does, his spokespersons may not get to know in real time.
Absolutely, and I'm telling you,
and no disrespect,
no, absolutely no disrespect to anyone
at all. Yes,
but that is his political acumen. That is how politics works. Not necessarily that everything has to be told to everyone in the party. And let me tell you a small thing. Whatever is going to happen, even if Ajit Pawar has to leave the party, or he may not leave the party, he will be there with the party. It will have the blessings of Sharad Pawar. Nothing will happen without the blessings of Sharad Pawar. He's battling two things. You may say it as a uncle nephew fight. I don't see it as an uncle nephew fight. I see it as a fight for existence, a fight for survival of the Pawars, because you have covered for a very long time. You know that Pawars cannot stay without power, and they would find some way to be attached to power. It can be one of those particular moves. Right now, 40 MLAs or 53 MLAs, Sharad Pawar says, I want all of you to go and, stand with the government the way they did in 2014 when Devendra Fadnavis needed it. During the flow test, on the first day, NCP sort of supported Devendra Fadnavis. That is the reason why he could be the CM with 121 MLAs without touching the majority mark. The NCP, and also let me tell you a very simple thing. If this happens, Ajit Pawar can also use this as a weapon to get back that particular वो जो उनकी embarrassment हो गई थी 2019 में, where he had to become the deputy CM and then come back. But now, if he goes back and becomes the deputy CM or whatever in the government, if he does, it will be reinstating his superiority and his supremacy in the party, and that it could be one way to wash up that embarrassment. So why would he lose that chance? And his son, the biggest thing is setting his son's political career, and
I think you're making a very interesting point. Can we just take the banner off so we can see this graphic? And I want Tehseen to come in on this. See, basically, the khel is all about also what happens in the Supreme Court. I think Varun is very right that the story we're really missing is about the NCP continuing as a small regional party to seek relevance, right? I think, and to seek relevance not just for the present generation, but for the next generation. And I think that's very important. But it's also very important What happens if those 16 MLAs get disqualified in the Supreme Court? What happens then to the math? And also, the graphics on your screen do tell you that at that point, the BJP plus the NCP easily reach the majority mark. Now, maybe we're just having fun here, doing khayali pulao. Certainly, neither Asif nor Brijmohan believe that any big change is coming. What do you think, Tehseen?
So Brijmohan ji said, and I quote him, this is some good script writer who's writing a script. If this was a good script writer, the name of the movie would be Ye To Hona Hi Tha. And I say this, yes, and I say this because the shades and craft which Asif Bhai spoke about, believe me, I'm from Pune and I know this very well. So let me give your viewers a case-by-case study of Tehseen Poonawalla, the young Tehseen from Pune who's seen the Pawars very closely. I read in the Times of India front page Mr. Pawar campaigning, and he says, when I was a kid, I am a member of the Congress. I am nothing without the Congress. And if tomorrow I'm not in the Congress, nothing happens to me. I'm just quoting something that he said in a political rally. 2 days later, Mr. Sharad Pawar forms the NCP. 2 days later. This is Mr. Sharad Pawar on front page. Let me go a little ahead. I start getting involved in politics. I'm very curious about politics. I'm very close to the Pune MP. Mr. Ajit Pawar dislikes him very passionately. The Congress is in the center government. The state government is a Congress chief minister. Mr. Ajit Pawar in 2008 formed something called the Pune pattern. Varun will know about it. The NCP, the BJP and the shivsena come together to keep the Pune MP out and the Congress out of the PMC, which is the second richest municipal body in the Maharashtra, which the Congress has governed for over 20 years. They form the Pune pattern. Again, the statements are Mr. Pawar is not involved, it's Ajit Pawar. Ajit Pawar does his own thing. 2009, so 2008, this happens, 2009. 2008 is the Youth Commonwealth Games, it's a rousing success. The UPA comes back with a big number. The same Mr. Ajit Pawar, I am present, comes to the same MP's house. Now, Mr. Ajit Pawar, who wants to throw the MP out, comes to the MP's residence seeking support because it's the assembly elections. Again, Mr. Pawar is what about the patchwork? Sometimes, and I'm saying this as a political analyst, and I keep telling people in the Congress, we give too much of credit to what is happening, but there is no difference in the party. The party is always one. I'm talking about the NCP. There is never a difference. There's always a perceptual difference. Now let's come to 2014.
Yeah.
Devendra Fadnavis becomes chief minister. There's a voice vote. Barkha, a voice vote. Nobody knows who's voted for Devendra Fadnavis. And there's no division of vote. There's a voice vote. 2014 elections prior to that, the NCP, in an alliance with Prithviraj Chavan, withdraw support to the government. Therefore, it's a central government that goes for elections. Remember, Modi ji has become prime minister, and the central government goes for elections, not the state government. You understand the implications?
Okay, now listen.
Now the implications of this is
basically
there
what
is
you're saying.
too many.
You're basically saying that. Okay, say what you're saying.
I am saying that as somebody born and brought up in Pune, I have seen this too closely, and I've heard these stories which Delhi media now talks about. Oh, but Pawar Saab senior is there too, but Pawar Saab junior is doing this. There is no difference. Point number one. Point number two, but now there exists a slight variation in the party of the new generation. There is my friend Rohit and my friend Parth. They have their ambitions, and that needs to be reconciled. But
so
as I see,
what's the bottom line?
The bottom line is that the NCP as a political party has no differences. It will do what it has to do to stay in power. And it's not just about this Supreme Court verdict. That is one part, because that if the Supreme Court verdict goes against the current dispensation, the NCP will, in my opinion, 100% help the Modi government. But even if it doesn't go, there will always be back channel talks with the NCP. It never.
So you're saying it's not. You're saying it's not really an ally of the Congress, the party you support. Let me get Varun to just add his comment there. Yeah, Tehseen, you want to say one sentence? I'm coming to Mr. Bhamla right after that. You want to say one sentence? Tehseen?
Any regional party, including the NCP, would like it if the Congress gets over. That's the nature of regional politics. That's got nothing to do personally with the NCP, or I would put it. That's how regional politics is. Therefore, I always keep telling Congress leaders, strengthen your party. Don't be dependent on regional parties. Unfortunately, certain Delhi-based advisors think that certain leaders are very big. That's the problem. They don't go down to the... just one line more. Who puts your own Pune Lok Sabha MP in jail? Who puts it? The Congress did it. They put their own Lok Sabha MP who was fighting the Pawars in jail. I mean, that's such a political suicide. Who does it? The Congress
Okay,
did
before I come back to the politicians, Varun, you want to add to that? I think you guys are on the same page in saying that whatever NCP does, it'll be with the blessings of Sharad Pawar. You don't accept Mr. Bhamla's theory of Pawar versus Pawar internal bickering. But what about bickering within the alliance? Or do you think it's not about ideological bickering? It's just plain and simple about political relevance? Varun?
I don't see any bickering between Sharad Pawar and Ajit Pawar, but there would be some bickering between the cousins. But talking about MVA, clearly there is nothing that the MVA that can bring the MVA on the same page, because especially about Shivsena. Shivsena is right now. Uddhav Thackeray is far more concentrated on BMC. He wants to win BMC. NCP has negligent presence in Mumbai. He knows he can go with the Congress. That is the reason his bonhomie with Congress has increased. If you see yesterday's press conference, it was only the Congress that was present with him. There was no one from the NCP. And the MVA is breaking apart. Uddhav Thackeray is trying to consolidate as many people he can, and that is a worrying factor for Mr. Pawar and the NCP, because those people whom he are getting in his folds are those exact vote. They cater to that vote bank which NCP has, and that is a worrying factor. And probably, why would you want to stay with someone who's actually eating into your vote? Uddhav Thackeray has become the new, and I'm not going to shy away from saying that Uddhav Thackeray has become the new Muslim Masiha. If you talk to a leader over here or a developer or someone, they now call him Uddhav Sahab. He has become the big face
and
of
that is
Muslim
and that
leaders.
is and that is a problem because
That is a problem because you see the Congress and the NCP, they were the one who used to attract these votes. But now in Mumbai, Uddhav Thackeray, if he puts a candidate with his party symbol in any Muslim-dominated area, he will win.
Okay, I have to go back to Asif and Brijmohan. Tehseen, literally 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Yeah, 10 seconds.
Literally 10 seconds. I agree absolutely what Varun said. This is something I warned the Congress leadership about. The Congress on a platter gave its vote bank to the Shivsena. And that's why since day one when I've been on your show, I've been against this alliance. The Congress has literally given away. Today, if I have to contest, I don't want to contest, who will vote for me? I've said this on your show. And I said this to you personally when we met. Who will vote for me? The Congress just gave that on a platter to Shivsena.
Okay, a very angry Tehseen there. Asif, Bhamla.
Not angry.
Bridge. Okay, I mean,
Yeah,
this
so
is
now,
agitated by Tehseen standards. Yes, Asif, sir, please.
Can I submit actually?
Yes, please.
You see, the situation in the state is very speculative and fluidity. As of course, a lot depends on the Supreme Court verdict. We are all aware about it.
Yeah.
But the biggest backdrop, per se, that we foresee in months from now is the forthcoming Lok Sabha election. But मैंने हमेशा से कहा है कि देखिए पवार साहब एक बहुत ही दिग्गज नेता तो है ही अपने आप में, इसमें तो कोई ये नहीं, बट उन्हें पता है किस पौधे को कितना पानी देना चाहिए. मौसम का रुख वो पहले ही जान लेते हैं कि क्या मौसम होने वाला है, और वो समझते हैं भली बात कि भाई हालात जो चल रहे, केंद्र में जो चल रहा है कि भाई अन्य जो दल जो अपने आप में खड़े होकर कंसोलिडेट होना चाह रहे हैं अगेंस्ट मोदी जी. बट यू सी द ब्रांड मोदी हैज बिकम सो स्ट्रेटेजिक, it's become so powerful. It is unmatched. I mean, not only in India, even globally. So now with his strength, with the positioning and the diaspora in which he's placed, even in front of the world leaders, I am sure a leader like Pawar Sahab, who understands politics, not only state-wise, of course, state-wise is a master, but also national politics very well. He does see this. But again, coming back to the situation now that's in Maharashtra, I won't go too much into the backside, into the backward, as my friend Tehseen did. But I would like to submit here that there is the top NCP leaders. You see, they themselves are keen on facilitating talks between the NCP and the BJP.
According to Tehseen,
no, let me complete.
According to Tehseen, those talks never stop.
Let me complete. Let me complete. Because Tehseen फिर 10 सेकंड के लिए आ जाएगा, फिर मुझे बोलने के लिए मैं रह जाऊंगा. So and he's my very dear friend, so I can't stop him also. Okay, so having said that, so what I'm trying to say that is there is within the NCP only, there is a lot of uncertainty. They feel that kam as kam there is the brand Modi, there is consistency. there is some cognizance that the people, some faith which the people have in Modi ji there in Delhi, and here of course with Devendra ji in Maharashtra. So coming back to again what Tehseen mentioned is I'm sure why he's sulking, he's sad, and I support him because he's not only my friend, but I support his genuinity, because the entire Congress का एक मुख्यमंत्री का उम्मीदवार तैयार है, एनसीपी में तो मुख्यमंत्री ऑलरेडी तैयार है, शपथ लेने की देर के लिए रुके हुए हैं वो, और बीजेपी में हमारे पास कोई मसला है नहीं कि सीएम हो ना हो, हमारा पीएम जिंदाबाद है। बट उद्धव जी को जो है उद्धव जी को जो इन्होंने शेयर दिए और सारा मुस्लिम वोट जो ट्रांसफॉर्म कर दिया है उन्होंने from the Congress to Shivsena one-sidedly. So what is the Congress left with? I totally endorse what Tehseen says.
Okay,
I mean, we may be different. So, and I don't know what is Congress here to gain. Congress is now left with a bowl, with a begging bowl. आज आप देख रहे होंगे कि उनके जो मुखिया है उद्धव जी के पास जाकर मातोश्री में बैठे कल, आई थिंक देयर ऑब्जर्वर्स केम, सो आई डोंट नो वेयर दिस हैपेंड, देयर इज सो मच ऑफ chaotic and confusion in the entire relation between the Congress and उद्धव। आप सावरकर जी को लेकर देखें या किसी चीज को लेकर देखें, where are they on a platform?
Okay, that's very passionately argued, and you and Tehseen are essentially making the same argument that the Congress is being
I agree with
all of this. Hang on. Before I come to Brijmohan ji, I just want to play out two statements, one of Ajit Pawar and one of Sanjay Raut, and then Brijmohan ji can react to both of them. पहले अजीत पवार ने क्या बयान दिया, आप सुनिए।
गलत है।
हिंदी में जानना चाहेंगे जिस प्रकार से चर्चाएं शुरू है उसको लेकर
अरे
सब खबरें गलत हैं, आप कह रहे
मैंने बताया ना, ये सब खबरें गलत है, उसमें कुछ भी तथ्य नहीं है, ये दिखाना बंद कर दो, ऐसा मेरा आह्वान है।
गलत है, बट एज हैज बीन पॉइंटेड आउट, वो किस चीज को गलत कह रहे हैं कि वो एनसीपी को छोड़ के जा रहे हैं कि एनसीपी गठबंधन को छोड़ के बीजेपी की तरफ जा रही है, ये असली सवाल है। संजय राउत जी ने क्या कहा वो भी सुन लीजिए, उसके बाद बृजमोहन जी प्लीज रिएक्ट। संजय राउत।
मेरी जानकारी है इस प्रकार की ये सब अफवाहें है। अजीत पवार हमारे महाविकास अघाड़ी के शीर्ष नेता है, महत्वपूर्ण नेता है, लीडर ऑफ अपोजिशन है। आज सुबह हम सभी प्रमुख नेता एक दूसरे के साथ कम्युनिकेशन में रहे, शरद पवार साहब के साथ मेरी बात करें, सुप्रियाताई सुरेश से भी हमारा संपर्क हुआ है, उद्धव ठाकरे जी, हम सब एक दूसरे से साथ सभी बात कर रहे थे। ये सब अफवाह है। महाविकास अघाड़ी गठबंधन मजबूत और मजबूत रहेगा। अजीत दादा पवार के बारे में इस प्रकार की अफवाह और इस प्रकार की बातें फैला कर, अगर किसी को लगता होगा ये महाविकास अघाड़ी कमजोर है, ये गलत नहीं है।
बृजमोहन जी, दोनों ने डिनायल दिया, आपने भी डिनायल दिया, लेकिन आपने बाकियों की भी बात सुनी यहाँ की कोई थोड़ी नाराजगी है एनसीपी को उद्धव ठाकरे के साथ, कांग्रेस तो एक तरह से डिमिनिश हो चुकी है। आप क्या कहेंगे जो आपने सब बातें सुनी?
देखिए बरखा जी, मैं एक बार फिर बहुत स्पष्ट कर दूं कि महाविकास अघाड़ी में राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस पार्टी, शिवसेना, उद्धव ठाकरे और कांग्रेस ये बिल्कुल एक दूसरे के साथ मिलकर काम कर रही हैं और आगे भी करेगी। इस पर किसी प्रकार का कोई भी कंफ्यूजन ना तो हम लोगों को है ना हमारे साथियों को होना चाहिए। अब जहां तक बात आसिफ भाई बोल रहे थे कि ब्रांड मोदी बहुत बड़ा हो चुका है और पूरे संसार में छाया हुआ है, तो कई बार ये होता है कि घर का मुर्गी दाल बराबर हो जाता है। इनकी जरूरत विदेशों में ज्यादा हो गई है। अगर हिंदुस्तान में इनकी जरूरत होती तो मैं सोचता हूँ कर्नाटक में जिस प्रकार से भागदौड़ मची है, क्या कर्नाटक के बीजेपी के नेताओं को नहीं दिख रहा कि मोदी जी का ब्रांड कितना बड़ा हो चुका है? और जब आपके साथी जो हैं वो नहीं समझ पा रहे तो दूसरों की तो समझने की बात ही छोड़ दीजिए। जहां तक बात, कई बार ऐसे मौके आते हैं जब हमको हकीकत पे बात कहना होती है। इसका ये मतलब कदापि नहीं है कि हम अपनी विचारधारा से पीछे जा रहे हैं या जो हमारा अलायंस है हम उससे बाहर जा रहे हैं। अगर शरद पवार जी ने ये कहा कि आज जेपीसी की जरूरत नहीं है तो ये उनका अपना अनुभव था, पर इसका मतलब ये बिल्कुल भी नहीं था कि हम लोग कोई गठबंधन पे ये दबाव डालने कि अगर आप हमारी बात नहीं मानेंगे तो हम गठबंधन तोड़ देंगे या हम गठबंधन से दूर चले जाएंगे। अगर आदरणीय अजीत पवार साहब ने ये कहा कि डिग्री पे बात करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, ये बात सच थी कि 2014 में आदरणीय मोदी जी ने कोई डिग्री के नाम पे वोट नहीं मांगे थे। तो कई बार जो सच बोलना है, इसका मतलब कभी भी नहीं होता कि हम विचारधारा या जो हमारी पॉलिटिकल नीड है उससे हम बाहर जाएं। अब मैं आता हूं महाराष्ट्र पे। देखिए महाराष्ट्र में भी स्थिति क्या है, जैसा कि कहा जा रहा है कि 16 जो एमएलए हैं उनको शायद हो सकता है डिस्क्वालीफाई कर दिया जाए, तो 272 का हाउस हो जाएगा। अब 272 के हाउस में जो बीजेपी का जो अभी अलायंस है एकनाथ शिंदे साहब के साथ, उसके बाद भी उनके पास 129 लोग रहते हैं। ये 16 लोग बाहर चले जाएंगे, बात बिल्कुल सच है, लेकिन उसमें एकनाथ शिंदे जी भी बाहर चले जाएंगे। उसके बावजूद भी उनके पास करीब 17 विधायक ऐसे जिनका समर्थन उनके पास है। उनको उस समय चाहिए होंगे 137, तो उसमें से 137 उनके पास होते हैं। तो मैं नहीं सोचता कि उनको कोई महाविकास आघाड़ी के लोगों की भी जरूरत है। दूसरी बात यह कि आज जिस प्रकार से महाविकास आघाड़ी को जनता में समर्थन मिल रहा है, ये जो खोखा सरकार है, खोखा पार्टी है, इसके ऊपर लोगों को ये विश्वास ही नहीं है कि अगला चुनाव जीत पाएंगे ये लोग। ऐसी स्थिति में कोई अपनी एक बनी बनाई जो सल्तनत है, जहां पे आज अजीत पवार साहब हमारे 126 विधायकों के नेता हैं, क्यों छोड़ेंगे? कई बार क्योंकि अगर हम राजनीति में यही बात करें कि हमको राजनीति में सत्ता चाहिए, पावर चाहिए, अधिकार चाहिए, तो अधिकार अगर मिलना है तो यहाँ ज्यादा बेहतर स्थिति है, क्योंकि जिस पार्टी का या जिस अलायंस का भविष्य नहीं है, नहीं मालूम कि बीजेपी का क्या होगा, नहीं मालूम कि एकनाथ शिंदे जी का क्या होगा, तो अजीत पवार साहब के बारे में या एनसीपी के बारे में ये कहना कि हम लोग कोई बहुत पावर ओरिएंटेड है, नो डाउट, जब हम सत्ता में तो हमको पावर चाहिए, पर पावर हमको इस ढंग का नहीं चाहिए जहां पर कि हमारी विचारधारा ही पूरी तरह से डाइल्यूट हो जाए, या जो लगातार हम लोग कहते रहे। आदरणीय शरद पवार जी जब इस बात को कहते हैं कि राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस पार्टी किसी भी हालत में भारतीय जनता पार्टी के साथ नहीं जाएगी, तो इसका मतलब ये थोड़ी कि खाली जो रैंक एंड फाइल है उसके विधायक भी उसके साथ हैं, उसके मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट भी उसके साथ हैं।
आपका स्टेटमेंट बहुत कैटेगोरिकल है। मैं इस पे
आपने तो आई हैव 10 सेकंड्स, कैन आई हैव 10 सेकंड? अरे ब्रिजमोहन जी, आप पवार साहब, आदरणीय पवार साहब की बात करते, पवार साहब ने तो इसके पहले ही जब चुनाव हुआ था, जब नंबर्स थे भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पास, जब देवेंद्र जी मुख्यमंत्री बने, तभी उन्होंने समर्थन जाहिर कर दिया था भाई, अनडिस्प्यूटेड समर्थन जाहिर कर दिया था। तो पवार साहब ये पहली बार कर रहे हैं, ऐसी अनहोनी नहीं होगी। और फिर जो शपथ विधि पार्टी की सरकार में हुई है तो जग ने देखा है। तो आप किस चीज की बात कर रहे हैं और किस मोटिवर पने की बात कर रहे हैं? मैं और आप और नहीं ब्रिजमोहन जी, मुझे बोलने दीजिए। और फिर आज तो स्वयं अजीत दादा ने कहा, आपने वो स्टेटमेंट देखा ही नहीं, मैं खुद देखते हुए अभी आ रहा हूँ पीसी से, कि भाई मैं तो आश्चर्यचकित हूं कि उद्धव जी खुद कह रहे हैं कि हम चुनाव अलग लड़ेंगे। आप यही तो मसला है। और फिर आप कहते हो कि हमारे में जरूर विचारों के अंतर है। हम 3-4 विषयों में एक कॉमन मिनिमम प्रोग्राम होता है कि नहीं बरखा जी? जब आप एक संयुक्त महाविकास आघाड़ी के चलते जुड़े हुए, या यूपीए में एक साथ जुड़े हुए, तो हाउ कैन यू दिस लाइक when there was difference of opinion in our alliance partners, we shed our alliances with them. We shed out our alliances with Nitish Kumar. Why didn't we? हम बढ़कर बढ़ चढ़।
एक मिनट सब मुझे बोलने दीजिए। आसिफ भाई, you also had strange weddings and bad divorces, as have other political entities.
If they don't agree on this, we've also left. नीतीश जी हमें छोड़ गए, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। हम अपनी आइडियोलॉजी और संस्कारों पर थोड़ी कॉम्प्रोमाइज करेंगे।
अच्छा, we have to start closing. Brijmohan ji, 10 seconds to you, then Tehseen and Varun get the closing remarks. Brijmohan ji,
आसिफ भाई ने 2 प्रश्न वैलिड क्वेश्चन उठाए। देखिए कि शरद पवार जी ने उस समय जब समर्थन दिया था तो उन्होंने स्पेशली इस बात को कहा था कि मैं नहीं चाहता कि महाराष्ट्र में फिर से मिड टर्म हो, और इसलिए मैं बीजेपी की जो सरकार थी, देवेंद्र फडणवीस साहब, उनको बाहर से उन्होंने समर्थन दिया था। कब दिया था? उसके एवज में पवार साहब ने कोई पॉलिटिकली एडवांटेज नहीं लिया। ये भी मैं आपको स्पष्ट कर दूं। लोकसभा के इलेक्शन हो चुके थे
तो आज
और विधानसभा के इलेक्शन थे।
सर, मुझे तो आज तक नहीं समझ आया कि जब वो अजीत पवार गए थे शपथ लेने देवेंद्र फडणवीस के साथ, was it a game, a deep game? What was that about? मतलब वो क्या था, मुझे आज तक नहीं समझ आया।
अब बरखा जी, इसमें समझने की कोई बात नहीं। दैट वाज प्योरली अ गेम, क्योंकि अगर उस समय ये बात नहीं की जाती तो 6 महीने तक महाराष्ट्र में हम लोग सरकार नहीं बना पाते, क्योंकि उसके लिए क्लियरेंस चाहिए था मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम अफेयर का। और होम अफेयर की बीजेपी की सरकार जब भी क्लियरेंस देती जब उनको कोई पॉलिटिकल बेनिफिट होता तो वो आदरणीय देवेंद्र फडणवीस साहब के रूप में उनको अपना बेनिफिट दिख रहा था। बहुत क्लियर है ये, और इस बात को छुपाया।
आप कह रहे हैं to the game. आप कह रहे हैं to the game. Asif sir, hang on. You're saying something, but you're on mute. Let me get Tehseen first, and then Varun. Tehseen, go ahead. Yeah.
And again, I won't say anything. I'll tell a small story, a very recent story. When Nana Patole resigned as speaker, there was somebody from Pune I really thought should become the, and I was one of the people backing he should become the speaker of the Maharashtra Assembly, an MLA from Pune, outskirts of Pune. Met him. I introduced him to everybody in Delhi. It was almost finalized that this gentleman would be speaker. A 3-day special session of the assembly was called, and one of the agendas was that the speaker will be elected. Ask Varun, who was the leader who said, COVID aa gaya, we cannot do that, we don't have the numbers and don't do the speaker election. And because we didn't have the Congress speaker, and I've said this in your show, we lost the MBA government. Who was the deputy speaker from NCP? I'm just leaving it there, but I am telling you this story, and that gentleman was from Pune, he was a Maratha leader. And everybody had agreed. Nana Patole said, yes, he should be speaker. And everybody in Delhi had given me yes. It was a 3-day special session.
I'll ask you again, what's the bottom line?
Bottom line is, I believe my right hand does not know what my left hand is doing. And my right hand will do whatever it takes for my right hand to be in power.
Varun, let me ask you this. With all of your experience as a journalist, what do you believe will happen next?
Firstly, I just have one thing to say. The Supreme Court, I don't think, can disqualify the MLAs. It is the power of the speaker. And the speaker is from the BJP. So take it from me in writing. Till this government lasts, it will be Eknath Shinde, the chief minister. Devendra Fadnavis, the deputy CM. And if Ajit Pawar comes in, or if that happens, then Ajit Pawar will be the deputy CM again. And few office leaders will be the ministers. But right now, to be honest, I don't see anything of that sort happening in the coming week. Or probably you may never know, since Modi and Amit Shah has come, हमारे सारे predictions गलत हो जाते हैं. पता चले 22 तारीख को Ajit Pawar is swearing in as deputy CM. But right now, to be honest, I am saying NCP may not be joining the BJP, but NCP surely is looking for a way out from MPA and distancing itself from the Shivsena and Congress. That would be one.
Okay, I think we can leave it on that very categorical assertion of Varun, and we will regroup here maybe in a week from now to see who got it right. We leave it there for now. Asif, Bhamla, to Varun Singh, to Tehseen, Poonawalla, and to Brijmohan ji. Namaskar, thank you, and to our audience, thanks as ever. See you tomorrow. We started Mojo right here in this basement. Just 4 people, 4. And now we're about to hit our first 1 million subscribers. So this is to say thank you to all of you for your support, for your respect, and for your encouragement. We've always gone to where the story is. During the pandemic, when television's big anchors were hunkered down in their studios or at their homes, we hit the road. We traveled from Delhi to Kerala, covering 30,000 kilometers in a small car, reporting from inside ICUs and inside slum tenements. Whether it's flash floods or war zones, we've always put our boots on the ground. In fact, we're just back from Punjab, tailing the Khalistani fugitive Amritpal Singh. And through all of this, we have always put you, the people, first. In an age of partisan polarized media where most journalists are either chamcha ya morcha, we believe the story is sacred and the truth of the story is what matters. And now as we get ready for the next step, we need your help. Become a Mojo member and get first access to all our big interviews. Get a chance to ask our newsmakers questions. Get a chance to write and report for us for both our website and our channels. And also, interact with me and my colleagues directly through AMA sessions. Literally, ask me anything. Click on the join now right next to the subscribe button, and yes, also subscribe if you haven't yet, and become a Mojo member for just 159 rupees a month. Hope to see lots of you in our community. It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.